In the case of schizophrenia, the act of suicide can and does happen because of the persuasion of inner negative voices. This can be caused by hereditary messed up genetics passed on to them, and for the same reason of trapped spirits getting a fix like cocaine on tormenting the individual until climax and ecstasy for them in their death, as the ether adrenaline of the individual nourishes their existence. Now, the spiritual or esoteric side can be conveyed with two examples that are happening to Black people more than others because of their higher light frequency vibration and spiritual connection to the visible universe and non-visible universe beyond the boundary of what can be detected through the limits of technology. So what you have is that various males and females today, Black males and females in New York and Jamaica, for example, who are unrelated and do not know each other, who do not drink or smoke, are fit, eat regular food, not bad food, have a regular job, and others who do smoke marijuana, who are healthy, eat the average foods that most people consume, have a regular job, and neither of them are schizophrenic or bipolar, they both, these two sets of people, have experienced voices talking to them from time to time today. For some, they stop after a while. For others, they don't stop. None of these people have depression, and they are hearing voices as if they took those drugs that can do that to you. When some of these people have heard voices that persuaded them to kill themselves, people assume and say, what? I didn't know he was going through something. If only I'd known he was depressed. When this is not the case. As he or she was in actuality stalked by this former inhabitant of Earth like an annoying and scary phone call from a killer, and they did just that. They got them to kill themselves so that they could literally feed off their etheric negative energy upon death in how they killed themselves. Additionally and congruent, the exact same conditions also arise when the unfortunate melanated person is convinced of suicide because of one of the 30 personalities in their genes across their 4 generations of family. And that can be less than 30 or slightly less if their parents, grandparents, and great grandparent or grandparents are alive. Now, being energy cannot be created or destroyed. Being the prefrontal cortex is a bunch of atoms and not the mind. Being the amygdala is a bunch of atoms and not the emotions. Being serotonin, dopamine, and the like are a bunch of atoms and not your emotion. And that mind and emotions of the persons pre-exist before them and link through them to give them their jobs, the person still exists until either they elevate to living in higher dimension or become trapped here, stuck on this vibration of the universe. If negative and a black devil, these black pre-quark energy beings can make contact with someone in their bloodline and persuade them to kill themselves, as some have done. So what you have is that the reality of the new hotter time period is an indicator of more energy in the atmosphere, in the universe, and higher energies present in our universe. The new faster technology of today informs you of this, and this means it's easier for blacks to contact interdimensional beings of their ancestors if they dial in, or it's the other way around because currently, as blacks have not developed the know-how to do this, those beings do the contacting from their end to the genes as they are related. So as the negative ones in the family line are trapped here, need to survive as long as possible before their battery runs out, like the battery of the physical body, the battery of their etheric spiritual body is running out. They can and have caused the suicide of people in their bloodline as one of the 30 personalities on the 4 generations that naturally are in you. Those unfortunate people who have committed suicide were not on any medication that steered them that way, but they got hooked up to a level that they could not handle.